Okay, let's go ahead and look at an example. This is an example from your homework, I believe number 3 on your homework. So we're going to follow these 5 steps in order to help us solve a multi-step equation, which we have right over here. First step is to use the distributive property. If we look, we have nothing to distribute in front of this parentheses right over here. However, over here we have a -1 to distribute. So you're going to multiply -1 times 3x to get you that -3h. Or h, not x. And then -1 times 2 gives us a -2. Over here, we're left with 6h plus 8. And we can't combine these, so you just simply move them down. Is equal to 15. Step 2 says combine like terms. So we're going to look at the same side of the equal sign. On this side, well, we have these two terms and these two terms that are like terms that we can combine. So let's do that. 6h minus 3h gives us a 3h. 8 minus 2 gives us a 6 is equal to 15. So at this point, this should look very familiar, like a two-step equation. So we did our combining like terms and get variable on one side. Well, our variable is already on one side of the equal sign, so we're all good there. And then we have to undo the addition or subtraction. So let's undo that subtraction by doing the inverse, which is add. We're left with 3h is equal to 21. Divide each side by 3. We're left with h is equal to a positive 7. Let's do the check real quick. I'm going to do it in red. Again, you don't have to do the check every time, but it is good to know how to do it. In order to do your check, you take the value of your variable and plug it into your original equation. But you can also use the equation over here, 3h, to do your check. The only thing being is if you did your distribution incorrectly or you did your combining like terms incorrectly, it will show over here anyway. So 7 times 3 is 21, minus 6 is equal to 15. 21 minus 6, hey, that equals 15. We're good to go. That checks out. Next example. Again, split your equation down the equal sign. We are now on to this foldable right here, solving multi-step equations on number 4 down here, number 4. Distributive property, nothing to distribute, so we're all good. Combine like terms. We don't have any terms on each side of the equal sign to combine. Unlike terms and unlike terms, so we're good there. Get variable on one side. Okay, this is the first time we've encountered variables on both sides of the equal sign. So we have that 4x and the -2x. If we look at those, you can add 2x to both sides to get a 0 pair. And now we have our variables on the same side of the equal sign. We're left with 6x plus 39. So we got our variable on the same side. Undo addition or subtraction. Let's undo that addition by doing subtraction. So subtract 39 from each side. 6x is equal to -24. Undo the multiplication or division. This is a multiplication problem, so I'm going to do the inverse and do division. So -24 divided by 6 is -4. X is equal to -4. You can do the check real quick if you'd like. Let's go ahead and do that. Check. X is -4, so I'm going to go ahead and take that and put it right into my two-step equation. 15 is equal to 6 times x, which is -4, plus 39. 6 times 4, or negative 4 is negative 24 plus 39. When we combine these two, they're two opposite signs. So different signs means we're going to subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. So 39 minus 24 gives us 15. 39 is the bigger number, so that's a positive 15. All good to go. Let's look at another one. Split your equation down the equal sign. Distributive property, nothing to distribute, we're all good. Combine like terms, ooh, you can combine these two like terms. So 13x minus 5 is equal to 6x plus 37. Get variable on one side. So if we look at these two, I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. If you had chose to subtract 13 from both sides, don't worry, you would end up with the same exact answer. So it's not a big deal which one you choose to move where. Get variable on one side, we did that. Undo addition and subtraction, let's go ahead and do that. So add 5 to both sides. Now we're left with 7x is equal to 42. Divide each side to undo that multiplication by 7. X is equal to a positive 6. That's my final answer. Look at another example. This is the last example in that foldable, example 6. Distributive property, we got a couple of things to distribute. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 1 is a positive 7. Is equal to negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. So we did that. Now let's see if we can combine like terms. No like terms on this side and no like terms on this side. So nothing doing. Get variable on one side. Let's go ahead and add the 5x. Add the 5x. Again, you could have simply added 7x to both sides, and that would have been fine too. We're left with negative 2x plus 7 is equal to 25. Undo addition or subtraction. At this point, we're at a two-step equation, right? So we're removing the term without the variable first. We're left with a negative 2x is equal to a, wow, why am I blanking? 18. My goodness, that took way too long. Divide both sides by negative 2. That turns into 1. X is equal to negative 9. Summary is simply your steps. So step 1, distribute. Step 2, combine like terms. On each side. You're not moving anything yet. Okay, so step 3 now, get variable on one side. Now you start moving things. Get variable on one side of the equal sign. And then last step, solve for the variable. And that is just following your two-step equations. Undo your addition, subtraction, and then undo your multiplication and division. Let's look at a couple of different examples. This first example is the other side of your homework. I believe it's the first problem on the back side. So, distributive property, we can distribute this 3. We're left with 3x plus 5 is equal to 3 times 5 is 15, and carry that x. 3 times negative 4 is a negative 12, minus 12x. This and this, we can combine like terms, so we're left with 3x plus 5 is equal to 3 x minus 12. Get variable on one side. So let's go ahead and move this variable. Uh-oh. I hope you guys noticed something. 3x minus 3x, that's a 0 pair. 3x minus 3x, 0 pairs on both sides. So we're left with 5 is equal to negative 12. Well, that is a false statement. 5 does not equal negative 12. In this case, where you have both your variables being canceled and you end up with a false statement, it is an example of a no solution. Again, when both of your variables get canceled out and you're left with a false statement, that is a no solution. So the answer to this equation or this problem is no solution. Let's look at another example. We're going to see if we can hopefully follow those steps. Again, remember the first step is to distribute. So we're going to distribute this 3 times x to get 3x. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 plus 2x is equal to 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 2 is 4 plus x. So now we're going to combine these like terms and then combine these like terms on this side. When you're done, you should end up with 3x plus 2x is 5x. 3 plus 1 is 4 is equal to 4x plus x is 5x and plus 4. I'm sure you guys see that already, right? Subtract or move your variables to one side. Well, we end up again with 0 pairs, meaning canceling out our variables. However, we end up with a true statement. 4 in fact does equal 4. This is an example of infinitely many solutions. I don't know how to spell infinitely many solutions, right? Infinitely many solutions. I want to show you how that actually works. If you think about it, had we not combined the variables first, so let's pretend like both of those 5x's are still there, and we chose to actually eliminate the 4's. So we're left with 5x is equal to 5x. Well, in order to get our variable by itself, we're going to divide each side by 5. So x is equal to x. Well, x is equal to x. That means if I plug in a 2 for my x, well, 2 is equal to 2. Yeah, that's true. If I were to plug in negative 13 for my x, well, negative 13 is going to be the other side also. That's why any number you plug in for x should give you a true statement for this equation. So that is why this equation has infinitely many solutions. When your variables either end up equaling each other or you eliminate your variables and end up with a true statement such as 4 is equal to 4. Okay, good luck on your homework. Go ahead and finish the rest of those equations or problems on that homework.